Good morning. It's Friday, July 10th. Here's what we're working on. Residents in East Hamilton are worried about their health as black, oily soot falls into their neighborhoods.
Many communities in our region are cleaning up after damage from yet another storm that tore through southern Ontario.
And France becomes the first nation to earn a place in the FIFA World Cup semifinals. Good morning. It is Friday.
Morning.
We made it.
We made it.
Through
What
the whole
happened?
week.
Yeah, I know. This week has just flown by. You're just having fun, you know.
Yeah.
Rick's been on vacation all week. He will be back on Monday.
Yes, he will.
Yes, so he'll be here Monday. You'll be here Monday.
Wrong.
I'll be here Monday, but I won't be here. I'll be there.
And I'll be...
This is just too
Steve will be
confusing.
gone.
Wait a minute.
But I won't be here Monday.
What's that?
Emily's going to be here on Monday.
Are you off on Monday as well?
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay, so one day off for your birthday isn't enough. So you must take...
I need both the other ones on either side of it to recoup, you know?
That's right. All right, you got to have 3 days off for you. Well, all right, and then an early happy birthday
Thank you.
you won't be. Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, well, Steve, I know yesterday was just a storm just moved right through our region. What can we expect for today?
Well, today may be similar to it. We're going to start the day. We've got humidity coming, not quite as much as yesterday. Starting the day with a little bit of fog right now, and we could get a rainstorm or a thunderstorm, much like yesterday, later on in the afternoon today as well. So we'll be watching for that. No watches or warnings are out there right now, but there is the possibility of it. But there is a little bit of foggy conditions out there to start the day. So if you head out the door, just be aware of that. And let's go to where the fog is right now. Now, we're not seeing any major reports here. Certainly wasn't as bad as it was, say, Tuesday. But looking down at the Garden City Skyway Bridge in St. Catharines, I see a little bit of fog moving through that area. But by the time you get to Niagara Street, everything's dried up and things are looking okay. Up by the Burlington Skyway Bridge, things are starting to build right now, as you might expect. And east of Brant Street, no problems out there at all. Although the roads are damp right now. At 6:02 on your Friday. So again, good start to the day here, but we are anticipating some sun. Not seeing much of that happening right now, but again, later on in the day, we're also expecting the possibility of some showers or a thunderstorm rolling through. And the weekend looks kind of nice. I think you're going to like our extended forecast. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Thanks, Steve. Many communities in our region are cleaning up the damage from a storm that briefly tore through southern Ontario yesterday afternoon. This is footage from yesterday evening in Oakville showing several downed trees. This morning, emergency crews are working to clean up the damage, and power companies are still restoring electricity to some isolated outages. More isolated storms may be expected again today.
And on top of the storm damage, water levels were extremely high and rapid at Albion Falls in Hamilton following the storm. This video posted on Facebook yesterday shows the water right up to the rock embankment, almost reaching the bridge. A reminder to be very careful around local streams and rivers.
Halton police are asking for help locating a vehicle involved in a Canada Day shooting in Oakville. These are pictures of the white four-door sedan. It was parked outside a residence on Sawyer Drive in Oakville. Police say a lone suspect exited the vehicle and fired multiple shots at the home and a parked vehicle in the driveway. No one inside the home was hurt. Police are looking for any dash cam or other camera footage from the area of Sawyer Drive, including Rebecca Street between 1 and 2 a.m. on July 1st. If you can help, please contact Halton Police.
And Halton police have arrested a 30-year-old man for an internal theft at an Oakville aerospace company. In June, investigators recovered approximately $250,000 worth of millwright and aerospace equipment, along with over $150,000 in Canadian currency. Several high-value designer watches and sunglasses were also recovered, and a Brantford man is facing multiple charges.
Charges have been dropped against a Georgetown man who was accused in the 2023 Pearson Airport gold heist. Charges against Ahmed Chaudhary have been withdrawn by prosecutors in early April, 2 years after he was first arrested. Back in 2024, he was charged with theft over $5,000 and accessory after the fact. It's not clear why the charges were dropped. Chaudhary was one of 9 people believed to be behind the 2023 heist of $20 million worth of gold bars at Pearson's Air Canada cargo facility.
Colombian police arrested Canadian citizen Arif Juman, also alias Gilani, in Medellin this week in an operation linked to investigations into alleged international arms and drugs trafficking. Video released by police showed officers and members of the Special Operations Group entering a gym, arresting Juman, and later taking him to police facilities. Police say Juman was wanted for conspiracy to traffic weapons and for alleged involvement in activities related to international drug trafficking. Juman entered Colombia in 2025 using allegedly false identity documents. He's also wanted by Ontario Provincial Police for allegedly violating parole conditions linked to a 10-year prison sentence.
People in parts of Hamilton are worried about their health, and they want an explanation for the black, oily soot that's been falling from the sky into their neighborhoods. Residents say in recent days, the black soot has been covering everything. Officials say it hasn't been determined where the soot is coming from, but residents point to a photo that shows a cloud over the industrial area this week.
I'm concerned about short-term, long-term effects. It's affecting my dogs. It's affecting my grandchildren. It's affecting anybody who sits out in their back, anybody who walks the street.
We had a north breeze, I would say probably good 3-4 days ago, that pushed up here with all the crazy weather that we've been having. And that's really when we noticed it. My biggest concern is the fact that people are breathing this in. My children are breathing in this compound, and it presents a potential health concern for them, for my pets, for my children, for all of us.
The Ministry of the Environment tells CHCH its Spill Action Center has sent people to the area to conduct field observations, collect samples, and follow up reports. But a source of the soot has not been determined, and the material has not yet been identified. The office of local city councillor Tommy Huang says a previous report on soot found it mostly came from coal and coke. They're trying to find out what's being done about the soot, reflecting the fears of residents.
The sister ship of a vessel that sank off Vancouver last month has been ordered detained by Transport Canada. The order says the 11-meter vessel had safety deficiencies, including being improperly used as a commercial passenger boat. The company's other boat, Top Ocean, sank in the Strait of Georgia on June 28th with 10 people aboard and no life jackets in use. 4 people were rescued, 1 later died, and RCMP are investigating whether the vessel's operation contributed to the sinking.
At least 11 people have died in a wildfire in southern Spain, with 150 firefighters working to put out the blaze. Spanish officials say the fire is the most devastating fire to date in the area and describe the situation as an unprecedented tragedy. The blaze comes after a wildfire burning out of control in southern France earlier this week forced the evacuation of over 10,000 people from 24 small towns and villages near the Spanish border. Early summer heat waves across Western Europe in May and June have parched vast areas of land, making them particularly vulnerable to wildfires this year. Europe is warming at more than twice the global average. That's according to the World Meteorological Organization, making prolonged heat episodes increasingly likely.
At least 28 people have died in a shoe factory fire in southeastern China. That's according to China's state broadcaster, CCTV. The fire occurred at a footwear manufacturer on Thursday. State media says 237 employees and 2 visitors were in the factory when it broke out. It reportedly started in the stamping workshop on the ground floor, where combustible shoe materials were stored. The fire is now under investigation.
Japan and Taiwan are in emergency preparedness mode as Typhoon Bavi barrels towards the islands. Residents in Taiwan have been given sandbags to protect their homes. The typhoon is not expected to hit the island, but up to 1 meter of rain is expected later today. This is a time lapse of a water spout just sweeping past the southwestern shore of Japan today. Typhoon Bobby is set to hit Japan's southern islands near Taiwan early tomorrow morning.
The city of Hamilton says Garner Road will be closed to through traffic between Southcote Road and Glancaster Road beginning July 13th. The city says the closure is needed to finish critical sewer repairs. Those repairs will protect and support Hamilton's sewer system on a long-term basis. The closure is expected to remain in place until September the 4th, and is dependent on weather and construction conditions during that period.
The annual floating festival known as Potahawk takes place this weekend on Lake Erie near Turkey Point. The first festival took place in 1978 and has grown to massive proportions. The Norfolk County Detachment of the OPP is advising that officers will be present at local marinas, on the lake itself, and on area roadways looking for impaired drivers. The OPP are reminding people that it's illegal to operate a boat while impaired. Police also say everyone needs to wear a life jacket and make sure their watercraft is seaworthy.
Hamilton Health Sciences held a special I Can bike event Thursday at the Lawfield Arena. Now, this was the scene yesterday where many kids were enjoying the experience. The program is designed to teach children and youth with developmental difficulties, that is, to ride. It was held in conjunction with the Ron Joyce Children's Health Center. The program continues today.
The Hamilton Cardinals Baseball Club is helping the Salvation Army keep their annual kids' summer camp. The Hamilton Ball Club provided their own bus and driver to get 80 local children to camp. And now the Salvation Army Ensemble will perform the national anthem at tonight's special campout theme day. The Cardinals will be hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs baseball team.
The first of 4 World Cup quarterfinal matchups took place yesterday, with France taking on Morocco. The last time these teams faced in 2022, the French dominated with a 2-0 victory, sending the Moroccans to the third-place match. Questions were asked early as Kylian Mbappe was stopped with ease during a penalty kick in the first half. In the end, the French attack was just too strong as the Real Madrid forward earned his revenge at the 60th minute as he whipped in a superb shot to open the scoring. France continued to put their foot to the floor as Mbappe went forward with a feed to Dembélé, who doubled the French advantage. With the 2-0 victory, France becomes the first nation to earn a place in the FIFA World Cup semifinals and will play the winners of today's match between Spain and Belgium in Los Angeles. Mbappe now matches Messi from Argentina for the Gold Boot lead with 8 goals.
It was a rough night for Ottawa and Edmonton as the winless Red Blacks continue to struggle. Justin Rankin scored 3 big play touchdowns as the Edmonton Elks returned to their winning ways with a 40-17 victory. The win improves the Elks to 4-1 on the season, while the Red Blacks remain in search of their first victory. Next up, the Elks stay home to face the BC Lions next Friday, and the Red Blacks return home to host the Winnipeg Blue Bombers next Sunday.
And the Tiger Cats are hoping for a comeback as they take on the Rough Riders in Saskatchewan on Sunday night. After a devastating ankle injury from star quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell in last Sunday's game against Winnipeg, Jake Delega has been tapped to lead as we head into the Week 6 of the CFL. His last start was almost 2 years ago with the BC Lions. Kickoff 7 p.m. Mosaic Stadium in Regina.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have placed quarterback Zach Collaros on the 1-game injured list with a neck injury, and he'll miss tonight's game in Winnipeg versus the Argonauts. The 37-year-old left last Sunday's win over the Ticats after he was sacked in the second quarter by Reggie Stubblefield and failed to practice this week. Starting in his second stint with the Bombers will be Drew Brown, who was recently acquired in a trade from the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Okay, 13 minutes past 6 on your Friday. Let's check traffic and see what's going on out there. There's a little bit of fog, mostly down towards the Niagara area, so be aware of that when you head out the door. Let's check Burlington Skyway Bridge area, starting to build up as we speak. And, well, it's a little bit lighter now than it was a few minutes ago, so that's not so bad out there. Let's go down to that area where we did see the fog, and it's still there, Garden City Skyway. Looking eastbound right now, we are seeing a little bit of fog, but certainly not what it was 2 or 3 days ago. Niagara Street is looking in good shape. Up by the Ford plant, traffic's moving along okay, although it looks like somebody who's going fishing has been delayed just a little bit there. It doesn't seem to be impeding traffic at all, so let's hope they get that cleared up quickly. And coming into the Toronto area, 401 west of 400, traffic's moving along in good shape. All right, weather-wise, what's going on? We've got a nice weekend. We talked about that yesterday. Still have some residual from that residual rain and cloud out there. We thought we might see some sun this morning to start the day, but it looks more cloudy than anything else right now. So as that low moves away, we are looking for a little bit of rain, possibly a thunderstorm into the afternoon, but it should be dry this morning for most of us. But high pressure is going to be building up into the weekend. It looks like it's going to sit in here. It's a ridge that's going to be building. It looks like it's a strong one. And by the time we get into Saturday, Sunday, and then into the start of next week, we're going to be mostly dry out there, mostly sunny skies. And that humidity will be here on Monday. But we'll look at that a little bit later on the extended forecast. But for now, start to the day, 2021, depending on where you are, and a good start to the day out there. Good story right here. Air quality is now dropped from moderate risk down to low risk. That's 3 on the scale, so that's good right across the border here. So that's good for all of us. Sun was up somewhere at 5:49, not in this area. Down 9 o'clock tonight. Normal highs 26 degrees, lows of 15. And again, a little unsettled, especially later on into the afternoon once that humidity gets up there. And again, high pressure building in, giving us a nice weekend, but temperatures pretty close to seasonal, which is 26, 27. That's okay. And your temperature for today will be 28 degrees, feeling like 36, so a little on the humid side, some chance of some rain and thunderstorms into the afternoon, and some light winds. But the weekend and into next week look kind of nice. We'll look at that in a few minutes.
Thanks, Steve. Coming up after the break, we'll say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And coming up in business news, Stats Canada is set to release fresh jobs data for June this morning. We'll look at what's expected after the break. Stay with us. 6:18 on your Friday morning. Let's say good morning to Emily Vukovic. Emily, what do you have coming up in Chit Chat?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
The Beautiful concert series has begun at the Royal Botanical Gardens. We will discuss who has already performed and who is going to be performing this summer.
Okay.
Dolly Parton, it comes from her Instagram. And have you ever gone to Dolly Parton's Instagram?
No, I can't say I have.
You have to at some point today because she has the best content.
Okay.
Side note.
Put the show on hold. Let me go on. Let me just do
Let
this.
me just pull up my phone.
Okay, yeah.
In the commercial, I will.
You carry on.
Side note, she's actually doing a Broadway show, and it sounds like it is going to be fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Backstreet is back in Vegas this time.
That's incredible.
They've been in Vegas, but they're going to the Sphere.
Oh,
It's a big deal for
okay.
them.
All right.
nice. That's a good venue. Okay, we'll catch up
Good.
with that later. Thanks, Emily.
Okay, thanks, Em.
All right, some business news. The dollar is up slightly to 70.58 cents US. Gold is down $24 US an ounce. And oil is down 52 cents to $71.56 US a barrel. In midday European trading, London, Frankfurt, and Paris are all slightly ahead this hour.
On the Asian markets today, Tokyo gained more than 800 points. At Thursday's close, all the key North American markets were up, with the TSX gaining 264 points.
Statistics Canada is set to publish fresh jobs data for June this morning. A Reuters poll of economists is expecting Canada added 10,000 jobs last month, enough to keep the unemployment rate steady at 6.6%. RBC is right in line with the consensus forecast, but economists there note that the labor market has been volatile lately. Statistics Canada's May employment report showed an unexpected gain of 88,000 jobs in the month, partially offsetting job losses over the first 4 months of the year.
A proposed settlement has been reached with some meat companies accused of conspiring to fix beef prices for Canadian consumers. JBS-related companies have agreed to pay $7.49 million, while National Beef would pay $495,000 with no admission of wrongdoing. The class action lawsuit alleges major meat companies secretly shared sensitive information and controlled slaughter volumes to influence beef supply and prices. Courts in BC and Quebec still need to approve the deal, and details on how Canadians could claim money have not yet been released.
Taking a break right now on your Friday. Steve will be back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast.
And welcome back to Morning Live, 6:24 on your Friday, and hope you have a nice weekend, because we do have a nice one coming up, and we'll check that out in our extended forecast in just a second. But checking the roads right now, fairly light compared to what it's been this week. Looking at the Toronto-bound lanes on the right-hand side, they're usually stacked up at this point, looking kind of nice here. By Brant Street, traffic's moving along in grid shape all over the place. Back to the Ford plant we go. That vehicle's still on the medium there, so doesn't seem to be impeding anybody, so that's some good news. Up by Pearson Airport, we're starting to see the sun peek through the clouds there, but again, traffic is a little bit lighter than normal for this time of day. 401 west of 400 looking all right. Along the 403 looking at Glen Erin, and then Winston Churchill seeing no major problems out there. So good start to the day as far as traffic is concerned, and it looks like the sun is starting to break through the clouds, and we expect to see a little bit of sun to start the day. However, we could see that flash rain or thunderstorm roll through again today, much as it did yesterday. But let's check your temperatures outside right now. 20 degrees right across the board almost. Toronto 21 degrees. So temperatures pretty much the same as they were yesterday. And looking ahead, we do have, again, high pressure coming in. Ahead of it, it's going to take us back down to seasonable temperatures, but we've got a nice weekend ahead. However, today is going to be a little on the warm side out there. But again, in through the weekend, a high pressure ridge is going to be over top of us, much like happened last week. At least for a couple of days, we do have some fairly humid conditions out there, but it could last a little bit longer. We'll be watching that. Your day planner today shows that later on in the afternoon, much like yesterday, we could see some showers or a thunderstorm roll through. And as we look to your evening commute, it's going to be on the warm side again with a chance of those rain or thunderstorms. Okay, looking ahead, it's going to feel like 36 today. And look at this, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, high pressure ridge is on there. And the weekend looks kind of nice. Temperatures seasonal. And then there's the live studio audience over there. Thank you for this. Getting back into the warm conditions as we get into next week again. That's it for now.
All right. Steve, we were both going.
We were hooting and
All
hollering.
right, bring it on. Yay. All right. Pokemon Go took over Times Square last night to celebrate its 10th year anniversary.
Gamers at the event got to catch one of the most popular Pokemon species, Mewtwo. Nearly 2,000 people played the game simultaneously in what organizers called one of the largest in-person Pokemon battles in history. The mobile game, Pokemon Go, became a worldwide sensation when it debuted on July 6th, 2016. I remember when it came out. I was out and about playing the game, catching Pokemon.
Okay.
I don't do it anymore, but
You don't?
My brother still does. So
Oh, he's okay.
it's still a popular game.
But do you sing the song?
No, Pokemon. Oh, stay with us. More to come after the break. Good morning.
Morning.
Maybe there's Pokemon in here that we don't know about.